That bag costs about $80 to make. You paid $4,000. And here's the strange part. You'd do it again. This isn't a video about being fooled. It's about something far more uncomfortable. Luxury brands don't sell you leather or fabric or metal. They sell you a feeling about yourself, and they've spent a century learning exactly which psychological wound to press. In 2008, a team at Stanford and Caltech, Hilke Plassman, John O'Doherty, Baba Shiv, and Antonio Rangel, put people in a brain scanner and gave them wine. The same wine twice. But one time they were told it cost $10, the other time, $90. People didn't just say the expensive wine tasted better, their brains showed it. The medial orbitofrontal cortex, a region tied to experienced pleasure, lit up more when the price was higher. Read that again. The price changed the pleasure, not the perception of it, the pleasure itself. Luxury understood this long before neuroscience proved it. A high price isn't a barrier to your enjoyment, it's an ingredient in it. Tactic 1. Manufactured scarcity. In 1975, psychologists Stephen Warchel, Jerry Lee, and Akanbi Adewale ran a famously simple experiment. They gave people cookies from a jar. Some jars held 10 cookies, some held 2 identical cookies. People rated the cookies from the nearly empty jar as more desirable and more valuable. And when they were told the supply had just been reduced, the effect got even stronger. Now look at how luxury operates. Waiting lists, limited drops, bags you can't buy unless you've already spent enough. The scarcity is not an accident of production. It is the product. Your brain reads hard to get as worth getting, and brands simply let it. Tactic 2, the anchor you never meant to look at. Amos Tversky and Daniel Kahneman showed that we don't judge numbers in isolation. We judge them against whatever number we saw first. Behavioural economist Dan Ariely later showed how easily that first number can be planted. So the fashion house puts a $300,000 crocodile bag in the window that almost nobody buys. It's not there to sell. It's there to make the $4,000 bag beside it feel reasonable. The runway show works the same way. Those unwearable clothes aren't a mistake. They're the anchor. The perfume and the sunglasses are the sale. Tactic 3. They stopped selling products and started selling proof. In 1899, economist Thorstein Veblen described what he called conspicuous consumption, spending designed to be seen. Evolutionary psychologists later connected it to costly signaling. The idea that a signal is believable precisely because it's expensive to fake. The logo is not decoration, it's a claim. It says, I have resources to spare. And researchers Jonah Berger and Morgan Ward found something sharper still. As people move up, the signaling gets quieter. Louder logos for those climbing, subtle, unbranded quality for those who no longer need to announce it. Even the absence of a logo is a message. There is no exit. Tactic 4, and this is the dark one. They reach you when you're low. In 2008, Derek Rucker and Adam Galinsky ran a series of studies at Northwestern. They had participants briefly recall a time they felt powerless. Those participants then placed higher value on status products and were willing to pay more for them. Feeling small makes luxury feel like medicine. Psychologist Tim Kasser has spent decades documenting the other half of this. Across many studies, people who most strongly value money, image, and status tend to report lower well-being, more anxiety, and more depression. So the cycle closes on itself. You feel inadequate. You buy the symbol of adequacy. The symbol doesn't fix it. You feel inadequate. Which brings us to tactic 5, the gap between wanting and having. Neuroscientist Kent Berridge at the University of Michigan spent years separating two systems the brain treats very differently. Wanting, driven heavily by dopamine, and liking, the actual pleasure of having. They are not the same circuit. You can want something intensely and barely enjoy it. And psychologists Philip Brickman and Donald Campbell described what happens next as the hedonic treadmill. Whatever you acquire, your baseline resets. The extraordinary becomes the ordinary. This is why the unboxing feels better than the owning. The industry doesn't need you to be satisfied. It needs you to be wanting. So what do you actually do with this? 1. Name the feeling first before any significant purchase. Ask, what am I feeling right now? Rejected? Overlooked? Behind? If the answer isn't genuine need, wait. 2. Use a 72-hour rule. Desire manufactured by scarcity has a short half-life. Real desire survives 3 days. 3. Ask the ownership question. Would I still want this if no one ever saw me with it? That single question separates the object from the signal. 4. Check the anchor, compare the price to what the item actually does for you, not to the more expensive thing sitting beside it. And 5, the important one, build status. You can't buy skill, relationships, work you respect. Because the reason luxury works is that it offers a shortcut to feeling valuable, and the shortcut just never arrives. None of this means you can't own beautiful things. It means you get to choose them instead of being chosen by them. If this made you look at something in your own cart a little differently, tell me in the comments, what's the one purchase you made purely to be seen? I read every reply. Like this video if it made you think. Subscribe if you want to understand the psychology running quietly underneath your daily life. And I'll see you in the next one.